Welcome back to Viking football with Bruce Barnum as the Vikings prepare to play the University of North Dakota this Saturday at Providence Park. And we have some broadcast details for you. First off, the game will air on 103.7 FM, The Legend in Portland, because of a conflict on Rip City Radio with the Portland Trailblazers. Secondly, the game will be televised on 11 Sports, and you can get 11 Sports on DirecTV, AT&T Uverse, Verizon Fios, and Google Fiber. So a few different areas where you can get the 11 Sports Network, and of course you can always get the football game on the live stream. Okay, Coach, let's talk Viking football. First off, a loss at Idaho State. That's disappointing, but some changes in the lineups, changes you wanted to make and some out of necessity, perhaps because of injury. But let's talk first about moving Jelani Eason back to quarterback. He performed pretty well. He did.
Jelani did some good things. Still sputtered a little bit at times, but a work in progress that is going to pay off in the future. I mean, he learns every game. But you have a freshman, on college football Saturday, so you're going to take your lumps a little bit. But I like how he's progressing each game.
The one thing I notice, when he kind of scrambles out of the pocket and starts moving around, he gets very, very dangerous for a defense. He made a few plays throwing the ball that way, had a couple with his feet. And I think that's probably where you want him to be in the future, is kind of moving around and making some of those plays.
It is. That's why one reason we took him is his feet. I mean, yes, he's a quarterback. He can throw it and got great vision downfield. But besides all the coverage and being that part of him, he's an athlete, and he's faster than most of the people on the field. So, again, that'll pay off on some third downs.
And speaking of athletes, I'll throw out another name, a guy who had a spectacular play, Andre Pettis-Wilson. You moved him to running back. He bursts out on a 77-yard touchdown run. And with the loss of Zaquan Summers, probably anticipate seeing a little more of him in future weeks.
Yes, he showed his speed when he broke that, and it's good for his confidence. He's David Jones, but we're going to have him an extra year. Essentially, that's how I see that for the offense. So, as that goes, but with the loss of Zaquan, we're going to be looking at some other guys. We're going to be looking at Chase a little bit this week to step in and just make sure that running back by committee is going how we want it.
Okay, we'll talk a little bit about the University of North Dakota. 2 years ago when we met North Dakota, it was a defensive struggle, probably the two best teams in the Big Sky defensively at that time. A little different this year. Both teams giving up points in the 30s, but both teams strong running games, so a little tough to maybe figure out how this game's going to come together. What do you anticipate as the style of play? I'm going to say it's a lot of running both ways. What do you think?
You think North Dakota, you think Bubba Schweigert. Coach Schweigert is a blue-collar. He's going to come after you. He has tough football teams. Respect, don't know him that well, but respect what he puts on the field. That game 2 years ago was a gully washer. I mean, it was just a brawl out in Hillsboro. And you walked off, even our team, we walked off that field going, you know what, we gave them everything we had, came up short. But that's what you run into when you play a Bubba Schweigert team.
Okay, North Dakota last season 9-3, 8-0, won the Big Sky Conference. Things haven't gone so well for them this year. Injuries a factor, just like they've been for the Vikings. Obviously, they've lost that key defensive piece, Cole Reyes, in their defensive backfield. But is that kind of been their issue this year? Injuries. What do you see from that team?
Yes, I'm sure losing Cole Reyes, besides being, he was probably the top defensive player coming back in the conference. Had a chance to meet him down in Salt Lake. Great kid. And you walk down the hallway and Cole, you're looking up to him. But I'm sure that hit them on all sides. But their next man up, again, it's a tough bunch. There's some names out there we haven't seen. There's some freshmen, in the back end. There's some freshmen up front. But they're playing hard, probably harder than anybody we played this season. They're running around, they're getting to the football. And, yes, they're down, but they're in every game.
And the concern with North Dakota has to be in the backfield, the running backs, John Santiago, Brady Oliveira. Those two guys, they have not one great back, they have two. And that has to be a concern going into the game.
That, it affects your return game also. I mean, they're electric, those two guys, and they're returning punts and kicks as well. So a tough group to stop. You better be able to corral those two guys because they want to run the football. Like you said, very similar to us, and those two are talented.
Okay, going into this week's game, obviously the Vikings now down a few players. We already mentioned Zaquan Summers, of course. Another big loss for Portland State. Randy Crecelius, the left tackle, had just been a steady Eddie for you guys and a real talented player, and he is out. That certainly hurts. So what types of things are you focusing on this week as you get ready for this game, knowing that you got a few guys down and a few guys questionable?
There are. We're wondering about some still right now, but it's that time of the season. You know, that's when we cut back to 9. We have some shorter practices right now for them because right now they should know where they're going and what we're doing and where to line up, etc. So we'll give them a break that way. But back up a little bit. Randy Crecelius, yes, it looks like he's going to be done. A minor, not a major deal, which is great for him, but hurts the Vikes. And he's going to be out about 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. So that'll clean up his season, but kudos to him. What a great career at Portland State for Randy. And I'm proud of him. I just talked to him this morning, and he's out here. He's still part of it, but that's a game of football. A game changes. So, and the other guys step up. Like I said, you might see some names out there for us that you haven't seen as much. Parsons. And there's some guys who will probably get more playing time this week because of injury, and I think they're ready. I mean, I don't balk at them. Deshaun on offense, Deshaun, Chase, I know those are two that you probably see more of, but they're good football players. So there'll be a minor drop-off.
All right, once again, the Vikings playing the University of North Dakota this Saturday at Providence Park. Important to note, it's a 4 p.m. kickoff. The only time this year we're not kicking off at 2, 4 p.m. kickoff. That's for the television broadcast. So listen to the Vikes on 103.7 FM The Legend. If you can get it, get 11 Sports. You can watch it on TV or, of course, the live stream. For all the information on Vikings football, go to govikes.com.